Welcome back to another live edition here on the Dane Buy Local Community Channel. I'm Jason Hafman, one of the Dane Buy Local board members. Really happy to have you joining us today. And we've got a host of people on today. But before we jump into our subject, which is really exciting, happening on May the 4th, as we bring this to you, I do want to just say, again, there may be some opinions given by some people on this channel on our broadcast today, and they are their opinions, not necessarily representative of Dane Buy Local itself, just so you're aware of that. But we are really excited to talk with Tim Metcalfe and Michelle Waldeck and Colin Murray today. So everybody, welcome to the Zoom call to give some cool, fun information about what's happening between Monroe Street and Metcalfes and some of our local businesses.
Hi guys, how are you?
How are you?
May the 4th be with you.
Good one.
Someone had to do it, Tim. Someone did.
Oh, yeah, someone had to do it.
So first off, Colin, if you'd like to give a quick intro about what's happening here, and then we'll have Tim and Michelle really dig into the details, because it's a pretty exciting time right now. There's lots happening. We know the big announcement yesterday for Dane Buy Local in the county, but there's even more good to tell our community about.
Yeah, so we are very excited to be partnering up with Metcalfes and the Monroe Street Merchants Association for a gift card program that Metcalfes has put together. This is a great opportunity for everyone involved, a win-win-win-win-win. So we're very pleased to be partnering with them on this. So I'll let Tim give some of the features and details of what we're doing here, but we really appreciate you reaching out to us and having us involved in this program, Tim. So the things you're doing in the community are just, you've always been that way. I mean, look at Broadfest. I mean, that's just crazy good.
Yeah.
You know, and continues even now during all this other stuff that's going on. So from Dane Buy Local and from Madison, Dane County, thank you for what you're doing. This means a lot to the local businesses.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. We started this will be our 5th week. So we have 4 weeks behind us, and we've sold about 688 gift cards since we started. So it's a little over $17,000 that we've sold. And these are at $25 a pop. So that's a lot of individual customers. And when we started 4 weeks ago, it was really a thought of, we're open, and we're an essential business, but, what about all these other businesses that aren't? What can we do to help them in this time of need? So we thought, okay, we can help them sell gift cards. So at least try to get them a little bit of cash flow. So we came up with the idea of for every $25 gift card that you would purchase for a merchant, Metcalfes would give you $20 off a $100 purchase, and we'd send you a gift coupon in the mail. And we sent it out there. We called a few merchants association, and they jumped on board. And we're really excited that this round, which starts today and it goes through the 17th, that we have, many of the Dane Buy Local merchants, which is really an interesting mix, because for the most part, we've had a lot of restaurants, part of that. So this round, we still have a bunch of restaurants, but we have, other businesses, like Michelle at Monroe Street Framing. We have Hive, which is a clothing store right across the street from her. We also have, I think, Green Cab, I think, is on this list for this, so we've got a real interesting mix. So if those are businesses that you support or use, this is a way that you can reach out tangibly and support them, but also, get a little bit money back on your groceries if you shop at Metcalfe. So we're really excited to have this. Yeah, so this round we've got home goods, we have flowers, gifts of all kinds. So it's really exciting program. So.
Michelle, it's been great for the merchants.
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
I wanted to hear from you. So
the merchants down here, because a lot of people are closed, they're non-essential. And so they've tried to do their own gift card, like promotions and everything, but sometimes it's hard to get that word out. So I think a lot of people down here were just really excited to partner about it and be able to get the word out that, we're still here. We're not open and we're operating differently, but we're still here and we're trying to come back. So it's been a great way to partner.
Yeah,
What are some of the ways right now, Michelle, that people can reach out to businesses on Monroe Street? What kind of services are Monroe Street businesses still offering right now?
Well, right now, I think as of sometime last week, we're able to do a lot of curbside pickup and deliveries now for non-essential. That was recently changed in the last order. But there's people that are converting to online only. They've built websites and web stores where they weren't planning on having one. Like my neighbors at Hive were never planning on having a web store, but now they have one. But a lot of people are doing, pickups, deliveries, curbside now, shipping, and then just trying to do gift card sales and staying in touch. I know there's people that have maybe hair salons and stuff like that, and they're just offering like virtual consults because they can't get back into business now necessarily and work with their clients. But everybody's just trying to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've got a real interesting mix this time around. We've got like Base Camp Fitness, Wisconsin Candle Company, ETC out of Wanakee, the furniture company, Green Cab, Boulders Climbing Gym, the Dane County Humane Society thrift store, plus a bunch of restaurants. Bloom, which is Monroe Street, Quivy's Grove is on here, the Pancake House, Lillian's, Yola's Cafe, Hops. And then also, this is part of it. You just go to the web page and Metcalfe's web page, and there's a link up in the top that says gift card promotion. And then there's links on that link that'll say Madison businesses, and then Madison restaurants, and then Wauwatosa, because we have a store down in Wauwatosa. So we're really happy, Michelle, that we can help your merchants and the Dane Buy Local merchants, through this time. So we're just happy that we can help in any way we can.
Tim, you said,
appreciate it very much.
I'm sorry, Tim, you said that, you had a round of this already. We're starting another round today. Why did Metcalfes, again, you guys, Colin talks about how much you do already for the community. Why was it so important for you guys to do something in addition to what you already do at this time?
Well, it's, my rule of thumb is really the way we try to operate our business is we want to support the things that our customers support. So, Bratfest, it's a big deal, but it supports, 100 different local charities. So when this pandemic started and the governor put the, Save at Home order in place, closing all the restaurants and all the businesses, and we're open, we're doing our best to service the community, but really our hearts kind of went out to all these, and I know so many of these, individually local owned, businesses and what they must be going through. So we know people that need groceries, and if they're already doing that, maybe we can take a little bit of that and say, okay, move some of that money over to, some other local businesses that you're already going to use. So it's just kind of our way of reaching out, business owner to business owner, to let you know that, hey, we're thinking about you and we understand the struggles that you're going through. And we just want to be here if we can for you, not just us, but our customers. We've got, that come through Metcalfes, maybe 25,000 people come through our turnstiles a week. And so that's a big database of people. And they all shop on Monroe Street, or many of them shop on Monroe Street, or know a lot of these local businesses that are with Dane Buy Local, and if we can connect those two, customer bases, maybe we can reach out and just give, some merchants, especially early on when this happened, just a glimmer of hope, a little ray of sunshine coming through the clouds. And that's really what we're trying to do.
Michelle, on the flip side of that, what does this mean to the Monroe Street merchants?
It's a great partnership and opportunity because it's like when the pandemic first hit, everybody felt like they had no idea what they were going to do. People had to lay people off. We closed our doors. We just really felt helpless and hopeless. So it's been a really nice way to connect with the rest of the community, business community, shared customers. I'm sure we share a lot of customers, and just, be able to support each other. It's like maybe somebody needs, just a Monroe Street neighbor needs a little support, like pushing social media things out, and just all these different ways we can partner together, because it's going to be different for everybody, I think, on the flip side. And we're all going to have to change how we operate and do things. And I think the more we work together and support each other, the stronger we all are once we come out of this, hopefully. So,
Yeah. It's been interesting too from our side here is that we're seeing, like Michelle was talking about, businesses that are going, online with e-commerce and doing things maybe they weren't planning on doing. We have restaurants that are reaching out to us that are doing retail packs. So, it's interesting, how we're all trying to adapt to what the new normal is going to be. So it just, and we're all entrepreneurs. So it's, this is kind of what we do. We're entrepreneurs. So we have a problem and we try to solve it. Right. And that's what we're trying to do, or help at least here. So
I don't think any of us thinks this is going away anytime soon. Like, even if we get the all clear and we can start to come back, I think just life and business is different from this point on. So we all have to think outside the box, which framers like to think that we're good at, but everybody has to do it. So,
well, Michelle, what you were talking about is just basically community, right? I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Colin, I know that's been just the theme for Dane by Local and its members for such a long time. So what about DBL's involvement in this process and watching our own members work together like this and really build that community, support each other? I think it's fantastic. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. When this all first started, I watched a number of our members post something on Facebook saying how they were making the painful decision of closing their doors. And it was heart-wrenching to watch that, or they'd post something on Facebook or whatever the case might be. These businesses have worked so hard to get their businesses up and running. They put their full energy into it. They put their life savings into it. And now it's all just disappearing, and it's not their fault. There's nothing they can do. It's just slipping away. It's crushing to watch that happen. So something like this is just so important, and gives these members, gives all the small businesses some sense of hope, that maybe there is something beyond just losing my business. Nationally, I'm hearing numbers anywhere between 25 and 40% of small businesses will not make it through this crisis. That's horrible to think about. And just, if we can try to avoid some of that here in Madison, Dane County, that'd be much better. Can you imagine not having Daisy Cafe or Yola's on the west side, or Rosie's on the east side, whatever the case might be? Those are important little businesses that are so needed in the community, and we need to do everything we can to save them, to keep them thriving during this time. And this is a very important way to make sure that happens. In some cases, well, I'm guessing in most of the cases, you can use the gift cards right now, but there might be a few of them that still are closed at this point. But as soon as they open, you can start using those gift cards. So it's an infusement of cash back into those businesses that they desperately need right now. The other thing that occurred to me, when Michelle kind of touched on this before, organizations like the Monroe Street Business Association, Dane by Local, are able to spread that word maybe better than a small business can do just on their own. And that's one of the reasons to be connected to these organizations. And we can help get that message out there that you probably can't do just on your own. So we encourage people to do that, to support organizations like the Monroe Street Neighborhood Association in the efforts that you're doing. It's so important to save our local businesses. And somebody mentioned to me that the other day, buy local is now trending. It's popular again. So the message kind of got stale there for a while. And you're right. Now it's hip again to be buying local. We need to hang on to that. We need to keep that and support those local businesses instead of just automatically spending dollars with Amazon. So
Yeah.
it's really important to the flavor of what we've got here in Dane County.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of maybe preach to the choir here, but at Metcalfes here, we have about 3,500 local, producers, from, cheese to milk to meat to produce, seafood, and one of the messages that I've been really trying to get across to our customers is, you know, you know, it's always been really important to support local, but so much more now is when you're in the middle of a pandemic, you know, if you came in my store 4 weeks ago, you would not have found Eggland's best eggs here. You would not have found Phil's eggs here, but you would have found Yuppie Hill eggs here because they're only like 34 miles away from our store, so they get here. And that was like throughout the store, from tortillas to salmon to greens. Is buying local was always kind of maybe a cool thing to support and trend or whatever, but when you really find out how important it is, kind of when you're in something like this, is you just can walk up and down our aisles and see all these local items, and those are all families, and you know families sending kids to college, and the money stays here within our community. It goes from wherever they produce it here in Wisconsin to Monroe Street or other businesses. So it's really important that we just kind of support each other, And I agree with you on supporting organizations. When we reached out to do this program, we reached out to Chamber of Commerce's, Dane Buy Local, the Ladies Culinary Collective, the Madison Chef Network, Downtown Madison Inc., Madison Originals. That's where we came up with the list of names and the businesses. So it would have been so much more difficult to put this program together if we didn't have associations like Dane Buy Local or Monroe Street Framing or Monroe Street Merchants Association to do that. So just another reason to be associated with, organizations like yourself. So.
Completely agree. I think everybody should join their local neighborhood and business association, and of course, Dane Buy Local. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it throughout just member interactions and just the organization, the people that are involved, that it does feel like a community, the whole thing. And this, I'm amazed by everybody stepping up during this time. And this is a great example of it. Tim, can you give us a little bit more of the specifics about how easy this is? Because I know people don't like stuff that's hard, right? So I'm sure you've made it easy for them. So tell us a little bit about how it works.
Yeah, it's really easy. You can go to our webpage, which is shopmetcalfes.com, or just Google Metcalfes and you'll find our webpage. And then there's a little link up on the top, I believe, that says, Metcalfes, Neighbors Helping Neighbors program. You click on that. And then there's 3 links on the top: Madison businesses, Madison restaurants, and Wauwatosa businesses. Click on that. Click on the merchant that you want to support. For every $25 that you spend, Metcalfes will send you a $20 20 off $100 coupon, and we limit it to 4. So we're spread the love around, and then your coupon will come out to you pretty much within a couple of days, maybe 3 or 4 days, and then I'm not sure exactly the expiration date, but I think you have like 3 or 4 weeks to redeem it. So it's super easy to do. Our staff is really good at, as soon as you do the e-commerce part of it, we get the money in the hands of the merchants super fast. And I'm really proud of our marketing team here, because we have a lot of things going on around here just to try to keep up with the ever-changing orders that are coming through the state, but they've done a really good job of turning this around and getting the money in the merchant's hand as quick as possible. So that's how you do it.
Perfect.
So there could be some good opportunities on there for Mother's Day too. That's coming up on Sunday.
Yep.
So, one is looking for an easy way to take care of Mother's Day. A gift card through this program could be the perfect way to working that out.
Yeah. And a lot, and a lot of like the restaurant parts, like even Michelle's business, I mean, they're open right now. So if you got some framing to do, I think, Michelle, on your Facebook page, you're doing appointments, I think.
Yep.
So a lot of the merchants are starting to come back, and you might not be able to go into them, but I'm not positive about Yola's Cafe or whatever, but many of them are working. So yeah, support them, and then as soon as you can, use that gift card, or give it away as a Mother's Day gift is a great idea.
Or graduation for people that don't get to graduate right now.
Yeah. Yola's is doing curbside right now, so they are open. Yeah.
Michelle, do you have any specific examples of things people could use that gift card for at this time?
Like here? Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Give us some, please.
I mean, any kind of custom framing job or, installs and deliveries. We're not able to do installs right now, but our gift cards don't expire. So if you want to hang on to it or any of that stuff, but any type of framing job, we're doing curbside drop off and pick up for completed orders. And I think like everybody else, we're trying to like feel our way through how this is going to work. So we're trying to do like virtual framing appointments and consults. And I'm fully aware that everything I have in place today might change tomorrow. So, I think people, if they want to buy gift cards, not just here, but the other merchants, I mean, everybody would love any kind of support. Everybody's, like I said, just trying to fumble through this, but at the same time, trying to be really careful, like cautiously opening back up too. And you want to bring all your staff back, but then is that safe to do? And, are they safer at home? There's all these questions to consider. So,
yeah.
So
we have a rule of thumb here at Metcalfes, and we start every day with it, and don't necessarily end every day with it. But our message to our staff is for right now. Today, this is what we're doing. Like today, you're doing curbside pickup. Tomorrow, you might be doing something different. But we've been using that phrase with our staff for right now to get them just prepared for this ever-changing environment that we're in, because we're kind of used to, okay, you set a policy or you set a rule or you set a direction and you kind of go in that direction. But in this environment that we're in today, that direction that we're in today might be totally different tomorrow. So your organization has to be able to, move very quickly. So we've been kind of using that internally as just a mindset of, just be prepared for change, because that's the environment that we're in right now.
And I will admit that I may have borrowed that.
Oh.
You've been pretty creative with some of the things you've been doing in the store as well. The barrier between the cashier and the customer. You were the first place I heard of that is doing that. Now I see other places are doing it. And now you've got the mat at the front door that counts people, keep track of how many are in the store at any given time. Yeah, I know there's other things as well. So congratulations on that. I think that really instills a lot of confidence in people coming to the store and feeling like they're safe. And that's important right now.
Yeah, and I would say that's, there's kind of a message in there for, I think merchants just in general is, I want to say your sanitation protocol, what it was, prior to C-19 and what it is now and what it'll be going forward, is actually, customers are really zeroed in on that. We get emails and letters daily about a lot of the things that we've done, that when people come here, they actually, our staff is, they don't seem hectic. They don't seem, like overworked or frazzled. We have enough staff to take care of our customers. We're doing a really good job of not creating lines. We only let 150 people in at a time, and we count them as they come in and stuff. So we've done just a whole bunch of things that, the list is like this long of things that we've done that you don't even notice. But I think, going forward, those type of things that you're doing in your businesses, people are going to take notice of that. And I'm not sure exactly how you market that, but I think it's going forward, as we come out of that. I think it's going to be really an important part of, how you connect with your customers because they want to know, are you limiting, do you have stickers on your floor? Are your employees in masks, and as long as we're on that, we all wear gloves and most of us wear masks. I shouldn't say most of us, all of us wear masks. And, there's the reason kind of behind these, at least for our employees, and for the mask, is a reminder not to touch your face. So this might look weird, like why is everyone wearing gloves at Metcalfes? And the primary reason for that, almost 100%, is to remind our employees to stay away from their face, because that's how you transmit this disease. So it's taking care of your staff, it's taking care of your customers. But I think the whole cleaning and sanitation protocols that businesses have coming out of this are going to be important to, customer facing and employee facing. So
communication with your customers is also really important, because there's going to be changes in your store from the last time that they were here. And sometimes the unknown is more scary than the known for people. So one thing you were really good at, Tam, was doing your videos in the morning. And I would see all the comments from people about how reassured it made them feel, just because they knew what to expect, they knew what the changes were. And I think, other businesses could start incorporating those things too. Either it's just like a FaceTime video, we walk around, we show you the store, what changes there are. And that makes, I think, everybody feel a little more secure. What you're approaching, what you're coming into, and then what's expected. If you're only allowing certain people in the store, like a number of people in the store, people know what to expect. So it doesn't create a feeling of maybe chaos and confusion at the time of interaction. And I think just reaching out and communicating with people is a really important step we're all going to have to take. Different ways of communication. So
and we do two things here at Metcalfes. We have customer facing videos and communications that we do, but then we also have employee facing. So it's, this is what we're doing and why, or this is when this is going to start, and this is, so it's going both ways. And I think, depending on the size of your organization, it's, communication, especially in something like we're in right now, is really paramount, because, people want to know, what steps are being taken, or, and also we kind of want a sense of stability, like you were saying, those videos that I was doing, I'm not doing as many now, but their purpose really is, I know you're sitting home on your, couch or whatever, and you're like, not sure if you should go out. And this is just a way for us to say, okay, this is what it looks like if you did go out. So we did that, I want to say, a little over a month ago, and I think it was really beneficial for those people like Colin that are sitting at home in their office, wondering like what's really happening out there. So thank you.
Yeah, I think it's communication is key, especially during this time. Colin, did we miss anything?
Yeah, the only other thing I'd like to mention is when things open up again, make sure to check out Michelle's business in particular. It's a beautiful building, and she's done a great job of maintaining it, and it's a treat to see that building. So check that out on Monroe Street. So put that on your list of things to do once free up. So you'll have all these people wandering in, just looking around at your building now. So
It's okay.
yeah,
It's a cool architectural building.
really cool. It's a very cool building.
I didn't
So-
realize this, but when I saw Michelle's Facebook post, that her roof line actually looks like a frame. You don't notice that. I mean, I didn't notice it until I saw it from there, but it's, you know, it's really a unique design.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
Thank you, Colin.
Well, thank you to both of you supporting this program. We really appreciate it. I know many of the members have reached out to me wanting to know how they could participate. So Tim, do you know how many actual different gift cards we have this time around?
this round, we've got 40 different merchants. So this is actually our largest round so far of participants. So a lot of diversity, restaurants, you know, health clubs, you know, cab services, frame shops. So a lot of
Just
diversity.
one, right? I'm just kidding.
Just one. Just one. Thank you. But a lot of diversity and a lot of great businesses to support here in Madison and down in Wauwatosa.
So starting today
Yep.
through the 17th,
Yep.
shopmetcalfes.com,
Yep.
neighbors helping neighbors, right?
Neighbors helping neighbors. Yes.
We got it all. Thank
Yeah.
you, Tim. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Colin. Be safe, everybody. Stay well.
All right. Very good. See you guys.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye.